rocks. I was seeing the rocks today.
No, there's not. Right first. Oh, nice. Wow, so many choices.
They moved it. This is one of the only factories where you can still get a glass show. It's not too long. It's only about 5 minutes, but it is something very local to the area. So the show is about 5 minutes, and then they also have a little time where they try and sell you things. That is really cool as well, but just don't feel pressured to buy anything. Both shows are cool, but yeah, I mean, it is free. It's something I've organized. So yeah, just let them try and sell you things. It's actually quite entertaining as well, but don't feel pressured to buy anything. And that will be, I'll put a pin for that at called doctorsinitaly.com. I will send it on the group. It's very, very easy to see a doctor. And it's all online, all through WhatsApp. They video call you and they give you a prescription of some sort. You have to do it in Italy because they don't accept these prescriptions outside of Italy. So your best chance to see a doctor, even if you want to see an in-person doctor in Rome, you can as well. That is something you can do. If you're more comfortable with that, it obviously does cost more. I think it's like €100, but the online appointments can be like €30 to €50, which is quite cheap to see a doctor, and they'll give you some prescription if you need it. I'm going to post that now as well if you need that. That's her. Someone did a remix of her. She's real, she exists. She works for the Venetian Council, and in her free time she goes around doing this stuff. Attenzione pickpocket, attenzione borsatrice. She goes around in her free time. People hate her, well, the pickpocketers hate her, obviously because they are trying to steal and she stops them from stealing. Obviously it's not good that they do that, but she gets spat on, she gets pushed, she really puts her life on the line. She even did an interview on TikTok. She did a TikTok interview. This was like a year or two ago now. Very, very famous. I've never seen her though. But yeah, just be careful in Venice for pickpockets. Now, one thing about pickpockets as well, who do you think the most common pickpocketers are? Seedy old men? Yeah. Kids, pregnant women, and women. The people that you suspect the least, because yeah, you expect seedy old men who have like a big belly guard to be the pickpocketers, but it is everyone, especially the ones you least suspect, because women usually are generally nicer and don't do those things, and that's why these people get people to go on pickpocket. And they wouldn't do it if they were successful. So just please be careful. They would start, if everybody was careful with their stuff in the whole world, they wouldn't pickpocket anymore because it wouldn't work. The reason why they do it is because they pickpocket people. So just be aware of that. All right, now we have crossed over into Italy, and we are in the region of Veneto. So Veneto is the region where Venice is, and now we're going to Venice, which is Venezia. Now, Venice is the whole, where the lagoons are, it's a whole UNESCO World Heritage Site, and it's literally on the water. Now, how it was made on the water, and who did it, or who did it, we don't really know. We think it was refugees that were trying to escape war, and this was around the 6th century CE, so that's Common Era. So if you don't know, in the years, there's people can use BC and AD, which is before Christ, which was when before Jesus died, and AD, which was after death. But that's only related to Catholics. So what a simplified version to do it, so it's for everyone, is BCE, which is before Common Era, and CE, which is Common Era. So that's what that means. So around 6th century CE, these people were trying to escape war, and where Venice was, it was all mushland. And what they did, they had a really smart idea to build something on the water. What they had to do, they had to get from the Balkans 60-foot trees. They would get those tree trunks transported over. They would make one side pointy. Just remember, this is around 1500 years ago. They do not have any type of technology. So it's already making the tree trunk and transporting it. It's very, very hard. They have to make it sharp on one end. And they would go to the mushland and they would have to dig 5-6 meters deep. Again, all they have is spades. When you dig, especially in water, because it's mushland and it was 3 meters deep in water, then they have to go further. Obviously when you dig, the whole shape is going to fall apart. So they kept that shape, and what Venice is, they put hundreds of thousands of logs under there. They built one layer, then another layer, and then started building houses on top. That is literally what the Venetian lagoons of Venice are. Now, a fascinating thing about this, we don't know if they knew this when they were building, because two things can happen. Obviously there's water and there's rot that can happen. One good thing about these tree trunks, they are water resistant. Another thing as well is that the water where they built the Venetian lagoons was, what's it called? Sea salt water? What's it called? Is it called sea salt water? The ocean? It's salt water. It's called just salt water. Salt water. Why doesn't anybody help me? I need help, guys. Yeah, it's salt water. So the problem is the rot. How this happens is a fungi grows, and this fungi that grows to rot the wood needs a certain amount of oxygen, and in salt water there is not enough oxygen for this fungi to grow, so rot didn't happen to the trees. What in fact happened was the wood petrified. So if you've watched Harry Potter and you see that big snake that petrifies the people and they turn to stone, that's what happened to all these tree logs. So it made them quite strong, and they started building on top. There's around 118 islands in the Venetian lagoons and around 400 bridges, and that is how it started, slowly. So the rest of the world were building medieval walls to stay away from wars, which were quite useless, but the Venetians were building a city on water. And horses, men can't go on water, so they saved themselves. And they kept doing this. Now the reason why Venice is sinking, now I say this lightly because never tell a Venetian their city is sinking, because it's quite sad, because in 50 to 100 years Venice might not be here, because it's going down every year like 1 to 3 millimeters a year, and it's sad. I don't know if they're going to be able to fix it or what's going to happen. So yeah, it is going down 1 to 2 millimeters each year, and it's not going down evenly. So if you see crooked houses or crooked things in Venice, that's why. If you've been to Amsterdam or from this trip, that's why in Amsterdam as well, it's a very similar way to how the Amsterdam canals were built. It's going down, and it doesn't go down at the same speed. That's why you see things that are crooked. Alright, so the Venetians, they built this area slowly. They've built things more and more, and then they have a new government system, and the leader of this government was called the Doge. Now they used to have a lot of power. Now they're very ceremonial, just like the King and Queen of England. But the good thing about the Venetians, they focused on diplomacy so much and that's what helped them survive a lot as well. And politics, they would always have open conversation with the people around them. But then they hit a bit of a strangle point, because where Venice is, there's the Adriatic Sea there, and what happened was pirates came and captured the whole Adriatic Sea, and they needed that sea. So what they started to do, they started to fight back by building their own ships. They built an arsenal. An arsenal was where they built lots of ships. And in the 15th century, they built their arsenal and they became a massive naval power. And I think the population around the world for a lot of cities was like 20,000, 30,000, not a lot. In Venice, the arsenal just employed 15,000 people. So that's just a lot of people they employed. Now, they did say that they used to build one ship a day. Now, it might not sound like much. If you're thinking of a ship, to get a good picture of what I'm talking about, if you've watched Pirates of the Caribbean and you've seen the Black Pearl, that's the type of ships that they used to build. So it wasn't just small ships, and building one ship a day wasn't done until the Industrial Revolution in the 19th century, so only 400 days later. With a lot of places around the world and Venice, you can't think of Venice as a city. You have to think of it as a country. They were massive. They went head to head with the Ottoman Empire. The Ottoman Empire, the Turks, you probably know them more than the Venetians. The Venetians were at war with the Ottoman Turks for about 300-400 years. They went head to head with them and they were always fighting, and the Venetians were a massive powerhouse. One thing that made them such a powerhouse is, if you know the Roman Empire, they spread everywhere and they became too thin. The Venetian Empire, they stayed close to home. So they protect their waters, they captured a few cities around them on land and used them to protect from people invading on land, and they protected their waters. So it was one of the reasons why they were so strong. So yeah, very, very big, powerful country. Now, do people know what the Crusades are? So if you don't know what the Crusades are, what was happening around this time as well, 15th, 16th century, there was the Pope, and he obviously wants to spread Christianity, and there was also Islam that was trying to spread Islam. So the Pope hired warriors that were called the Crusades to go on boats and spread Christianity and go to war with Muslims and Islam to destroy it. Now, because the Venetians had amazing ships, the Crusades hired the Venetians to take them around. What happened was the Crusades couldn't pay for the Venetian services, and what the Venetians told them to do, you don't have to pay us, but come and help us sack one of the biggest Christian cities in the world, Constantinople. And the Crusades did that. So the Crusades are Catholic, Constantinople was Christian, Catholic, and the Crusades went and smashed Constantinople, completely destroyed it. And this is where the massive uprising on Venice happens as well. This is where they start to get a lot of power. And the Crusaders actually got excommunicated from the Pope. So it was a massive thing, and it was just up and uphill from then. And they were pretty big in the slave trade as well. They used to get slaves and sell them as well. One thing that happened in this time is called the Carnival as well. So in Venice, you're going to see a lot of people wearing different masks. You're going to see shops selling masks. Now the reason where this comes from is, back in the day, rich people wanted to walk in their city, but they couldn't because people would harass them all the time. So what they started to do, they started to dress up very nicely and wear masks, and they used to walk around the city so they wouldn't be recognized. That is where this comes from. It disappeared for a long time. It actually got banned from Venice, but it came back maybe 100 years ago. So this is why you're going to see a lot of face masks in Venice. There's also a very famous guy called Marco Polo. So a lot of people don't really know, this is a very famous explorer from Italy. I'm going to do a short summary of basically, he never met his dad and his brother, because they were out exploring until he was 18. His mum died when they were away. When his dad came back when they were 18 with his brother, they finally met. Then he went to Asia. He met Kublai Khan at the time, who ruled Asia this time, but he never attacked Europe, which is very interesting that he didn't, or especially Venice. He stopped, but he met him. He became like an advisor for him, and then he came back, and when he came back, he brought a lot of things. So he brought a lot of spices like garlic back to Italy. So that was from Asia at the time, and he brought back different marital terms, because at the time in Asia, or that area, if you were married to someone and they were away for a month, you could literally remarry. And also currency as well. That wasn't a big thing. He brought that back. He didn't bring it back, but he brought the ideas back. And then also postal service. That was a very interesting thing that he brought back as well. How they used to send letters and everything like that. So very, very important guy. He's from Venice. That's why you see a lot of Marco Polo stuff, because a very famous explorer. So that happened around that time as well. And then eventually there did come the downfall of Venice. Now, I did say that one of their biggest upbringings was because they didn't spread. It was also one of the reasons why they fell. Because what happened, the Ottoman Turks eventually won the big war. They closed the whole right side, so the Adriatic Sea, they closed it all, so Venice couldn't trade with anybody. And they couldn't go to the other side because they had no allies there. They didn't venture out, so it eventually led to their downfall. And when the Ottoman Turks actually captured Constantinople back, this was the downfall of Venice. They collapsed. This happened around the 18th century. Now usually when kingdoms collapse, they fall apart completely, but I did mention they were very important to diplomacy and politics, so nobody actually invaded Venice after they had fallen. Napoleon Bonaparte came here, the Austrians came here, and then Venice eventually did do the unification of Italy in 1861. And now the country today as it is, it's very different to what it once was, especially how big they were for like 500-600 years. A lot of people don't know that. They were massive. Like, I'm pretty sure a lot of people know the Ottoman Turks. Venice was just as big. And it's sort of hard to fathom that because now it's such a smaller city, but they were literally that big. With the Venetian lagoons as well, a lot of Venetians don't live there anymore. There's only around 40,000 people. A lot of them are being priced out of living in their own city. You'll see now tonight in Piazza San Marco, by 5-6 p.m. it will be completely dead. One of the reasons for this is tourists. A lot of tourists don't come in winter. It gets dark. In summer it's very busy, but in the off season there's no one here. Like there's people here, but when it goes dark, like people just leave. They used to have a lot of cruise ships come as well, because they used to have they had a contract with cruise ships, which was quite crazy. So people used to come in on cruise ships for one day, don't stay in the city, flood the city, don't buy anything, maybe have lunch, and then leave. So cruise ships are actually quite bad, especially for over tourism, because I don't know how many people they have on cruise ships, but they come in a city for one night, not even a night, sorry, a day, 4 or 5 hours, flood the city. Sometimes they don't even do anything and leave. So Venice has a massive problem with over tourism. The whole Venetian lagoons nearly got taken off the UNESCO World Heritage Site, which is quite crazy. It's only happened twice in the world, but they're still on the danger list because it is sinking, and they need to really take care of it, combat over tourism. Summer on some days you have to buy an entry ticket to come to Venice if you're not staying in Venice. If you're not staying in Venice. So they're trying to do a lot of things. They had something called the Mose Project, where outside the gates, where the Venetian lagoons, they have these gates that come up to stop the high tide, which cost them it was meant to cost 500 million euros, ended up costing 2 billion euros. There was lots of corruption there. There's lots of corruption in Italy, and it didn't really solve anything. They should have definitely spoken to the Dutch. If you remember, I was speaking about the Dutch, how slowly they got water. They got land back from the water by working with the water. That's why Italy does have a love-hate relationship with tourists as well. But if you remember, I spoke about those things that we can really help with that love-hate relationship is being respectful when you're coming back, not blocking footpaths, not staying entry exits, all that sort of stuff. Now in terms of Venice, it's very famous for a lot of different things. Very famous for seafood. You can try squid ink, you can try polenta. Some other stuff you can try is, in terms of dessert, tiramisu. Tiramisu is not from Venice, it's from Treviso, but it's still in the Veneto region. Tiramisu literally means pick me up because it's full of sugar and coffee, and it's not cooked. It's basically all the ingredients are put together and it's set. Prosecco, which is basically the Italian champagne. To compare it, you can only get Prosecco from this region, and it can only be made in this region. So you can try that. If you like a peach Bellini, whether we're doing the gondolas, that is actually literally where the drink was made. It cost around 21 euro, but if it's your favorite drink, you get to go to where it was made. Aperol Spritz is from here. So Aperol Spritz, it's from this region. If you want to go a bit further, if you want to try an Aperol Spritz, you can definitely get that from here. But if you want to go a bit further, you can try a Select Spritz. So this is the original Spritz. It was actually from the Austrians when they were here because they couldn't handle the alcohol, and they put a bit of soda water in there and Prosecco. So that's where the Spritz comes from. So if you want to live like a local, Select Spritz, try that. Aperol Spritz. Besides that, technically, nothing else is a Spritz. The limoncello Spritz is bullshit. It's yummy, but it's not a Spritz. Elderflower Spritz is not a Spritz. Still try it, but they're not Spritzers. Stuff that you can do here today is definitely go to the Bridge of Sighs. That's when the prisoners used to go get sentenced and walk to the prison. The last thing they would see was on the window, like a little window on the Bridge of Sighs. They used to look out the window and sigh because they were going to prison, and that was the last piece of daylight they would see. There's the Rialto Bridge. That is where the famous Spider-Man movie was filmed here, and Spider-Man is on there. In Piazza San Marco as well, definitely go there. So some rules about, not rules, but advice about Venice is, and all of Italy, in Italy there's something called coppetto. Now coppetto is not a tip, not a service fee, you are just paying for your seat. Now coppetto in Italy, they have to display it on the menu. It's not something they can make up. It's not a scam, but it sort of is, because like what the hell are you paying for? But it's a legal thing that all restaurants do. Especially in Piazza San Marco, some coppettos can cost 20 euro. That's in the main square, because you're paying for the view rather than the restaurant. And on that main square, an espresso can cost like 12 euro. So just be careful if you sit there. I mean, all of Italy, there will be coppetto everywhere at every restaurant that you will have to pay. You are just paying for the seat. They need to display it on the menu. In Venice as well, you are going to see a lot of seagulls. Seagulls freak me out. They're going to be as big as your head, maybe even bigger, and these seagulls will eat your food. If you're walking around the main square and you see seagulls, they'll come down and swoop and get it. Restaurants on the main square, you'll see they come out with your food with a cage on top, so the seagulls don't come and get it. If the seagull takes your food while you're at a restaurant, you need to pay for it again. So just be aware of that. Be careful of the seagulls. They literally attack. You can see them on the top of the buildings, and they're literally looking down to see who has food in their hand, and they will come down and take it. Be careful where you sit in Venice. You can only sit where seating is available. If you sit on a bridge or you sit on stairs, there's tourist police, you can get fined. You shouldn't really do that anyway, because you're like blocking where people walk. The Venetian lagoon, where the water is, it's about 3-4 meters deep. Don't touch it. It's where the off-waste water goes. I mean, you can touch it. I've touched it before just to touch it, and then I sanitize my hand. But yeah, be careful. Like sometimes in summer you see people putting their feet in the water. It's very unhygienic, especially if you have a car, because all the off-waste from like washing machines and showers go in there. One thing about Venice as well, the emblem of Venice is the winged lion. You'll see that around Venice. Sometimes you'll see him with a sword, or sometimes you see it with a book. When it has a sword, it means Venice was at war. If it had a book, that means Venice was at peace. Alright, so a few logistical things now. We're going to get off now. We're going to go to the boat. Then you're going to have free time for lunch. All the pins and meeting points are in the WhatsApp group. So have lunch. Gondolas are at 2:30 at Harry's Bar. That's pinned. Please make sure you're there on time, because you can miss out on the gondolas. Once it's our time, they can be very... It has to be one gondola after each other. And I can't wait for people. I waited once and they charged me 90 euro for a gondola. So just be aware of that. That's 2:30. Then straight from there, if you're with me, we're going to walk to the glass. I do recommend to come to that. It is a really cool thing. If you're not at the gondolas, I pinned a point to be there at 3:20. We'll collect you on the way that we're there. Then after that, if you're with me still, I will walk you to the free time add-on Taste of Venice. Otherwise, I've sent a pin. And then at 7:40 p.m. is the meeting point for where we all get the ferry back. Okay? All good, everyone? We're good to go?
One this doesn't help when you say you want something.
I found a post office. It's only open until 1:35. I don't know what 1:35. Hopefully I can send this out. There's a post office. I got this stamp from the post office. And I need to do it myself and send it to put it in the mailbox. Look at this. Oh, it's very stylish. Please don't lost. Please go to Taiwan. It's right here. Let's go. Alright, now we are out of the post office. We just need to find the mailbox. She pointed to this way, so I guess somewhere here. I haven't seen it yet. Somewhere. Don't tell me it's inside. Oh, maybe there. Damn, this is open. Is it safe to put them? That's cute. Or later. What did they say? Something, I think it's international here, I guess. Let me translate. Alright, it says this is for the city and then it's for all the destinations. I think it's this one. Okay, please send it back to Taiwan. Na 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 na. Hi. Italy purse. sent me the photos. So far, I got the water view, the still water, there's a lot of water, and also this. This is so cute. This is a tiramisu from Italy. I think it is really local. This is for my first time to have tiramisu in Italy. Of course, this is my first time being in Italy. Bon appetit! Now to finish my 40 € lunch here. It's really nice, although it's only had 200 review on Google Map, but the ranking is quite high, 4.6. And then this is my first time to experience this. They charge you with your seats. That means if you just want to sit down there without doing anything, you got charged by €3. It's really unique. And right, the service fee here, I do €3. I just think make it 40 is a good number. That's it. It's my lunch. So I think for tonight dinner, I should eat something more humble, not too much. That's it. And now let's go explore more about Venice. Suddenly becomes so cold. Interesting fact. So many buildings are under construction, renovation. I think it's now it's not the peak season, so I think winter is a good time for them to repair their buildings, churches, something like that. Just so we can go inside. Let's go check out. Oh wow! Oh my God! Wow. I don't know why I have a really strong feeling I need another candle here. This is my first time to do this all over the world. Even I'm Christian, but I'm not Catholic. So I need to put €1 here. Just €1. And I saw this one and I checked what other people do. I think it's the same. I'm gonna follow someone's light. Make it darker. Let me follow your light. It feels so sacred right now. Wow. I hope this is the right way to do this. Burn, candle, burn. I think that's just for this, because in every photo they have different stands, and this for this person. I think I'm not Catholic. Hope you enjoy the candle. someone just saw me into this tiny alley. I just want to explore something like really local. Wow. The luxury one with the photographer. Hey, you can get the water here. Make it dark.
Il filetto con robe strane.
We melted at 1500 centigrade, so working at around 800s. For different kinds of master addiction, which passes from father to son, in great talent and morality, and for 25 years of practice. David's been blowing glass for over 37 years, and he hasn't finished the bars yet. Like free to be worked. They then add some more hot glass on the top and moderate with pieces and scissors, like a fork. See? Hello.
Ah, è tornato su.
Is it cold outside? Yes. Yeah, I'm asking you. Yeah, I mean, I've seen. Where are you guys from?
Australia.
G'day, mate. Yeah, apart from that, I mean, I've seen American people in like on a sweater with this kind of weather. So I'm not asking Anglo-Saxons if it's cold outside.
It's a
They haven't got a clue.
It's good. Wow.
It's cool, isn't it?
Cool, right?
That is around 800 centigrade. So if any normal person would do that, would get burned really easily.
Asciutto proprio. Diventa rigido.
Rigidità.
Bravo!
At the end, the cooling process is needed, so we'll put the item for at least 24 hours, and especially nailing oven from 600 centigrade ambient temperature to avoid the breakage due to the thermic shock. More massive items will be longer, but so for now we can find the master.
Gondola servers. Drinking water? What a taxi. Taxi. We call human garden here, and this 80 cafe shop is so wow. Yeah, why so many people? You buy a ticket for single trip. Going here 25 got my ticket because I think the last time, so I cannot do the funny for so for this one and choose Murano, going there. Next one is 4:46, and she said take 40 minutes to get there. So I think now I have time to go to one island. She said it's behind her, like blue color. I think it's here. Okay, this one B Murano. It's here. Just follow instruction. B. How do I go inside? Hello. So I was so confused. I just asking, and then he said just waiting here, and then we're going to Milano. I also want to go to Lido, but the problem is it's not summertime and it's too foggy today, cloudy. So just go there. Let's see. Oh, it's a nice ticket. There's the sour water bottles. I got the from here. Hope we can get the windows. Oh, there you can see. It's bad. around the whole island. And I've been on the boat almost like 1 hour, 45 minutes I think. Such a long ride. I didn't know we had so many stuff until I googled the timetable. Timetable? I'm still here. I just need to go to one island. It takes so many stops. I guess I'm the only one coming off from here. And the next stop is airport. Okay, there's no one. Where should I go? Let's just explore this island. Hopefully there's something special to see. This is not a good sign. It's closed. Okay. I think just within 1 hour I can walk around this island. I just spent like almost 50 minutes on the boat, and I didn't know the boat was traveling around the island, so I kind of like wasted so much time, like half more hour just on the boat for doing nothing. So later when I'm going back, I'm just gonna be on the boat for 2 stops, and then I will get off. I won't do the whole trip like I did when I come in here, because by doing this I can save like 30 minutes, and then walking back, just if I got off earlier, I can I just need to walk like 1.5 kilometers, 50 minutes, and then so quiet here. And then I can save about half hour. I can look around the main island. Oh my god, it's so scary. If I don't see anyone, I won't come here. It's complete quiet. So scary. Why am I here? Please show me something nice. The sign is made by glass. So for this island, it's famous by its own glass craft art. But so far, I haven't seen any store open. I'm kind of worried. Oh, that's cool. Oh my god, so sick. Are they racing? I will stop recording here until I see something special, then I can record again. See, you see on the roof, those are glasses. I mean glass with many glass. See, there's another shop, but I don't see the door open. Maybe this island only have activity. People only coming in summertime. So quiet. I don't know if I can record from here. It's so scary. No, I'm not gonna take the risk. Those are glasses. I love it. It's like a bubble. It's really cute. Okay, we have a turn here. Oh my god, even more quiet. If I don't see people, I will think this complete dead city. Small town. Hi. Recording trees. I already had nothing to see here. Oh my god. By the way, the ticket is €18. Return trip. maybe this is a good chance for me to, being quiet and then without people talking loud or whatever. It's more than just quiet. To be honest, I don't think I need 1 hour to stay here. I want to leave right away. It's okay. Couchy. It's like it's a real bird. Feel like in a horror movie, and then later the killer will just run into me and put a knife on my neck. I feel like that way. This should be like a cute island, not like this quiet. And with the fog, make it even more creepy. I like this window though. I guess there's one shop open. Finally feel more people here. And some doggy. Thank you, people, strangers. Without you, I would just freak out, I think. So I was looking for the church, but it's too foggy. Barely can see. So this is almost the end of the trip. That's it. I'm not even that into glasses. No fart. Wow, cool. But at least I feel like this is like a really local style. So in many glass shops they have this, no backpack, or you have to hold it. Otherwise you might break everything. And this is interesting, kind of like bridge, but they have this church column. Actually, it's kind of like special, even it's foggy. In other way, you might feel this kind of romantic because I think you cannot see clearly, but you can feel that. It's just like when two people before they become couples. What am I talking about? I'm crazy. When two people become couple, before that, the relationship is kind of like this, right? You can see things, but not so clearly. A bit uncertain. A little bit like, those chemical things like that. This is a church, and now it's about 6 o'clock, so that's why if we can hear any bell ringing. Oh, people. So even I'm in Murano, there are still many islands. It's easy to approach different islands because they have many bridges like that. So now I'm trying to go to the other side to see there's a museum. I know it's closed now, but at least we can see from outside. And then because I still have like about 40 minutes, so I'm gonna try my best to see all the islands in Murano. Should I look? It's here? Oh, it's a restaurant. It's nice. It's a nice walk. I think in summertime this will be really busy here. And a really nice island. Nice alley here.
Un brano degli anni '80.
See, there's a glass factory. It's really similar to the one I saw in the main island. Another glass factory. And this bridge is under construction, so we can try to fill this one. I'm thinking just maybe I came here too late. That's why most of the stores are closed right now. But it's okay. Because I don't have many choices. But next time I know probably I don't have to spend 18 euro. I just stay in an island. But you never know, right? You never know what would happen during your trip. If I don't come here, I will feel like, oh, I really want to know about this island, another island, and but if you come here, you will feel like, oh, what if I stay in the main island more time? What will happen? Maybe I can see more. You always think about the other option, right? This is life. You always think about, oh, maybe it would be better to do another option, but don't be regret, because at least you know what will happen right now. Just cherish your moment, enjoy your life at the moment. That's what I think right now. Many people walk to that way. I still need to find the museum. Oh, like this restaurant style. Ooh. And you can get a river seat here without being floating. Wow, look at that chandelier. Nice, nice. Oh, it's a supermarket. Maybe I should go. Maybe I should buy something for dinner. Try something. Wow, I just bought a bag of chips and then when it came out, it became like this. Wow. Foggy, foggy. This is so stylish. Another duck for Stevie. Church, not church, the museum, but it's closed, so not much to see. But I like the flag and the river, the views. It feels so different. I had to go back now. Oh my god, scared shit of me. There's not more than one company, so this is a B one. for this company. I'm back to the main island, Venice. So this what it look like at night. No boat, no gondola, not many people. This is it. It's so quiet now. I think Venice is a city for day person, morning person, afternoon person, not for night person. So quiet. That's cool. Italy flag color. What are this? Oh, glass rings. Earrings. Restaurants. We need to go through here. I think only restaurant are open now. Other souvenir shops are all closed. Okay, that's nice. So it's not just in Milano, also Venice. Milan is also quiet here. I decided to come here. It's so quiet here. Hopefully not too cold to be here. If it's too cold, I still need to go downstairs. Nice. It's nice to spend a few hours here, like about 7 hours. It's quite enough. Thank you, Venice. Don't know if I'll see you again, but if you come back, definitely will take the gondola. Bye bye, and go to another island. Bye bye.
Don't know why this is the case. It's not a dodgy area, all of this sort of stuff, but in main train stations they attract unsavory and unpleasant people. We are staying near a train station, one of the main train stations in Venice, and this area does attract unsavory people. Now you will see we're staying in quite a nice hostel. We're staying in a restaurant. I'm in an area where there's restaurants. You'll see people walking around. It might look okay, which it is, but you just need to be careful walking around alone. Doesn't matter if you're male, doesn't matter if you're female, just don't walk around alone, because things have happened here where people have been pickpocketed, they've been robbed, and it's not because this is a shithole or a really, really bad place to stay in. It's just this area. There's lots of hotels around here, and you just need to be careful when you do walk around. These restaurants that you can go get dinner if you're hungry for a little bit. I walk in, I would say minimum 3s. And I just like to say it's not like contiguous, put you up in some dodgy place. You see this hostel, it has a lot of people that stay there. It's just the area is a bit unsavory in terms of especially near the train station. So just be careful if you walk around. Make sure it's not alone. The accommodation that we are staying at has a bar.
This is the elevator.
Yeah, mine's a button.
So cool.
It's over that side. Mary, Igalus. I've already pressed the 4. I can take the top. I'm happy to take it.
This is the hostel we stay at tonight. Nice. Mini bar. Okay. Washing machine and dryer here for washing, for drying. Yeah, iron here. Don't know who's closing. Vending machine, nice mirror. some game.